Hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Piscean anything. You're probably an empath and you're probably needing messages from your soul. All right. So I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I was told something very specific. Your heart is racing, and there are serious things to consider. So, I mean, it's like early Sunday morning. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Can't we just I don't know. I would love to be able to just chill, like on a Sunday morning, just be able to chill, lay in bed, sleep in, just have a moment. You know what I'm saying? Just like really have a moment. It seems like Pisceans and empaths are not allowed to have that moment anytime soon. So we're just going to leave it at that. We're not allowed to have that moment, I guess. Oopsie. So let's see. Let us see what's going on. Uh-oh. Already the cards are not wanting to combine with each other. They're not wanting to shuffle. That's okay. That's okay, because we'll shuffle them this way, okay? So I had like a good evening, good night last night. Super chill. Got me some sushi ginger. I don't eat sushi, but I do eat the ginger. Only problem is I can't get it open. This is the best sushi ginger ever. It's by the Ginger People. And it's like all natural type ingredients. Oh, shit. Does this mess me up? It has rice vinegar. I don't remember it having rice vinegar the last time I ate it. That is a disappointment. Darn it. And I have 3 jars. And I have to just let myself get swollen because I'm eating it. All right. So a bunch of cards right here. Let me shuffle this deck. Okay. Just got to get myself back in control of my emotions. Darnia. It has rice in it. For those of you that don't know me very well, yes, I am Aishan, but I'm allergic to rice. Maybe the rice is like filtered out. I don't know. I'm not allergic. I'm reactive. So let's get a bunch of cards from this deck. All right. Let's see where this is taking us. Our heart is pounding and we don't know what to do. Oh, right from the start, drama. Are we the drama? Who cares? Card number 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. Right from the start, something is a brewing and you need to make sure that whatever is brewing, you can handle it, okay? That you put in your head as part of your thought process, I can handle it. I can handle it. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. It's really, really important. I cannot emphasize that enough. Card number 43, come to life. It's time for you to allow yourself to really use all of the things that you've lived through to help bring more color into your life. What I mean by color is the nuances. we need to make sure we're not just strictly living in the black and white, simply because there is this gray zone that exists, this gradient, this area of gradient colors. And, I was watching this random video this morning. Uh, More and more, I'm getting off of TikTok because it rots my brain. I finally reached my threshold. And this morning, I was kind of just letting it play, and this video comes on, and this woman, I kind of halfway agree with her, but I also kind of not, because she's talking about the light has already won. The light has already won. And it's this thing of, you understand there's artificial light. Like, I'm growing a ton of plants inside the new property that we're at. And the thing is this, they're thriving. They think they're in the sunlight. They think they're receiving the full benefits of the sun. But in reality, I'm using artificial light. It's a full spectrum grow lights that I'm using. What light has won? What light has won? And then if we're looking at things from the aspects of good versus bad, good versus evil, I mean, I'm a good person, but some people consider me evil based on their perception that actually is rooted in the programming from childhood. Does that make me an evil person? No. I mean, you could see me evil all you want. That doesn't mean that's who I am. That doesn't mean that's how I am. See what I'm saying? So we have to know what it is we're fighting for. We have to know what parts of us need us the most. Because the moment you begin to understand where you are within your journey, within your growth, that is the moment you begin to really retrieve your personal power once again. This is about self-empowerment through awareness, not through some artificial means, not through being gifted titles and whatnot. Oh my goodness. I got a sense of something. Let me not freak out. Okay. Card number 31, trust yourself. You have to allow yourself to trust yourself. You are going through a process that's very, very intense. There are so many components that are supporting you through this process. It's almost like every little nook and cranny that could be filled with, these little spaces that could be filled with doubt. That doubt, whatever doubt exists, is being pushed out. It's being evicted by your higher self. And in its place is a reminder, a tangible reminder, tangible confirmation that you actually are on the right path. You know what I mean? This thing of like, whenever I doubt, something happens that allows me to refocus, realign, realize, no, this is exactly, everything is unfolding exactly in the way that it should. Everything is literally unfolding in the way that it should. I cannot rush this. I cannot manipulate it and bend it to my will. This is something that is so far beyond me. It is a divine thing that's going on in my personal life. And yes, your personal life can and often does affect all of the people around you. Okay? That's how important, that's how powerful you are. Without even trying, you can and often affect the people around you. So let's see. What do you feel? This comparison of apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. Are you comparing your old life to the new life you are cultivating for yourself? This new life that you are bringing to fruition. There will be components from your old life trying to come forward and absolutely just taint what you are doing in your new life. No. It's up to you if you're going to allow that. I would be like, no, that serves as confirmation for me personally to push forward with even more conviction, right? Like if someone were to try and do something right now, to like, I don't, maybe scare me into not continuing with my faith-based organization, with my plans to open a physical location for the sanctuary, I'd be like, oh, that's further proof it's happening. I'm going to let my rebelliousness, which is like always functioning at like at least a 40 on a 1 to 10 scale. It's always at least at like a 40. We're going to crank that all the way up to about a 70. Okay. I'm not going to stop. No one is going to stop me, not even myself, not even my fear of things I cannot control, things that I cannot predict. It's this complete, just complete submission to the will of soul, full submission to that divine will. And we have to allow ourselves to at least recognize, what are we feeling? What is this? Is this fear? Or is this my old patterns rising back up to, give me something to push against? Ooh, that's good. Oh my God. That was a good one. That was a good one. Push against it. I look at when a woman goes into labor, a pregnant woman goes into labor, and she is preparing to give birth, right? Most women will have some type of medical interference because that's kind of just how society runs these days. I was lucky enough to develop a type of rebelliousness after my first child was born, a rebelliousness to the usual medical processes, medical protocol. And with each child that was born, I developed more and more resistance and rebelliousness to unnecessary medical intervention. I'm talking about the unnecessary, okay? I began refusing Pitocin. They nearly killed me with Pitocin. Yes. They permanently injured me with epidural. So no more of those two. And as I began to experience labors that were completely natural, and this is not to knock women who had medical intervention, okay? You brought life into this world, and that's all you need to focus on. That is all you need to focus on. As I began to reject more and more of that unnecessary medical intervention, I began to experience birthing in an all natural manner, okay? This does not make me more than anyone else, okay? I just want to share my experience, my personal experience. So the contractions, they get more and more intense and closer together as the baby begins to descend into the birth canal. It gets to a point where the baby's head is then engaged. It's now ready for active birth. The birth canal is not very long. It is just not. It's not very long. But Lordy Lord, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, once that baby's head is engaged, ooh, Lord, that's called the ring of fire, because everything feels like it's set on fire. And the only thing that will relieve that type of painful pressure is if you fight back and push. You now have something to push against. You don't push between contractions. You push while you are contracting. And that was the only way I could get any type of relief from the pain of the process that I was in. I tell you, there were a couple births where, the nurses were like, no, don't push. And I'm like, someone better go between my legs and catch this baby. I don't give a damn what you say. I will birth myself. I gotta push, because no. That level of pain is indicative of a next level of process. The next part of this process is here. And woman, you better run outside and find that doctor. He's going to miss the main show. I'm not even joking. And, I distinctly remember for one of my children, the nurse I open one eye and she's looking at my husband, who's kind of like hunched over me, like, "You're not going to tell." She's like, "Tell mommy not to push." And he goes, "No, she's going to push. No, she looks like she's going to push. So better go down there." And I was just like, "I'm pushing. I don't care. I'm pushing." So it's this thing of life gives you these extremely difficult pressures as part of the next portion, that ending that leads to the next beginning gives you something to push against. Like, you can't push that baby out when it's still way up, if it's still just in the uterus, if you're not fully dilated. You can't push that baby out. And if you try to, not only will you injure yourself, not only will you distress your baby, what ends up happening is you use up the very energetic reserves that are necessary for you to get through this process safely. There is an organic process to everything in your life. And if you're going to allow yourself to be fully present in that process, your body, your feelings, the energy of everything will beautifully guide you through it. It absolutely will. I remember for another birth, they wanted me to push gently, and I should have. But I was trying to control the situation. I wanted it to be done. I wanted the pressure to be done. And so I pushed real hard. And I tell you, they told me to stop pushing, and I was still pushing, and I was out of air, and my eyes were closed, and I burst every capillary from my waist all the way up my face, across my arms. I was a purple person for quite a few days. Burst capillaries in my eyes. I had bloody eyes. And my poor baby came out with 2 black eyes because I pushed him out so hard. My bad. Oops. And then I learned after that, all right, I was trying to do more than what was necessary, more than what my body was asking of me, more than what I knew I needed to do. So it's finding this beautiful place of recognizing when life is giving you something to push against, to facilitate your rebirth. And when you are simply pushing for no dang reason outside of you just going to push. I didn't need to do it in that way. You know what I mean? I didn't need to do it in that way. I chose to. And I learned the consequences of that decision. Card number 15, big, bold vision. Allowing yourself to have a big, bold vision of where your life is supposed to go. Okay? Really allowing yourself to recognize you might not be aware to the degree that you think you are of where your life needs to go. And it's okay if you don't have full awareness. I mean, part of that realization of not having full awareness is gifting you the opportunity to further develop higher, larger amounts of awareness, expanding that awareness. Okay. Most of us have no idea what's going on in our lives. That's okay. That's okay. Like, as aware as I am, as gifted, quote unquote, gifted as I am, as many abilities as I have that are highly developed at this point, 90% of the time I'm really unaware of what's going on in my life. I'm oblivious to much of the stuff going on in my life, and that's okay. I am a normal, healthy, functioning human being. That is okay. We're not here to achieve things just to prove that we can. That's not the point. That's not the goal. Okay? So having that big, bold vision. Card number 40 is Sacred Fool. Do you feel like you're playing the fool for someone? I don't think you are. I think you've been in control this whole time. I think you've been in control, and you've been selecting things based on an unbalanced positioning of ego. And if that's the case, it's still up to you. See, this is not about blame. This is about accountability. When you take accountability for the decisions you make, the options that you select for your life, what ends up happening is you begin to understand Well, if I select option B and it consistently leads me to pain and suffering, then maybe I shouldn't select option B anymore. Maybe I should select maybe A or maybe C, anything but B. And when you begin to take control of your life in that way, where you understand that your option selection is what's hurting you the most, you can then open yourself up to experience different types of experiences. Different types of options will play out in your life, and you'll begin to see the full spectrum of what you're capable of. This is about recognizing your differing capabilities. You were never meant to be like someone else. You were never meant to have the same exact mindset as someone else. And I tell you right now, for those who are not familiar with my work, my quote unquote real job is energy work. And in energy work, my specialty is parasitic extraction. And to put it in layman's terms, I'm an exorcist. I do exorcisms. Yes, I approach it from a more scientific, biospiritual uh, approach, but it's exorcism is an exorcism. It's an exorcism. So that's what I do for my day job. And I found that a lot of people who approach life and their connections with others as an opportunity to emulate and become that person that they admire, what has a tendency of happening is they become infiltrated by parasitic things. Parasitic infiltration, that's a possession, low grade possession. And then you have the next type, which is inhabitation. And with an inhabitation, you're not doing anything for that person. Why? Well, because they believe that demonic presence, it makes them feel powerful. They had no sense of who they were before this thing entered. And since it's entered, it's been guiding them in a very negative manner, of course. But they feel powerful. They now feel like they have purpose. And with that, that's now their BFF. That's their roommate. You're not kicking that one out. And even if you do, they will let it back in. So at that point, you just leave that alone. You leave them alone. And these are typically people who have no sense of who they are. These are people who are too afraid to look themselves in the mirror. And so they begin to try and emulate other people. Their insecurities are the huge gates that are left wide open for things to enter. It's not to say that everyone who has insecurities will have a parasitic issue. I have insecurities. I can face them though. I can face them. I can look at myself and be like, you know what? There is plenty of room for me to grow and expand my level of awareness. But me as I am right now, like as I am right now, I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not necessarily lacking, you know? Um, you know, I'm a good person. Can someone please ban that last comment? Let me be the one to ban it. Hold on. I know exactly who you are. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to exercise some control over my space. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to have the ability and willingness to Daddy, I wanted to ban him. It's a beautiful thing to be able to show you guys me in action, serving as a testament to the power of banning space, banning people from your sacred space. That is someone who has stalked me for a very long time and has tried to threaten me, tried to intimidate me, has admitted to their psychosis. And you're not welcome here. And I don't feel bad. You're not welcome here. You're not appreciated here. I find you to be very toxic and very abusive of me, my patience, and my kindness. You are not welcome here. And that's quite possibly like the 30th account that this person has created to continue the harassment of me. Doesn't bother me. The only reason I speak on this right now is to give those who are witnessing the courage to do the same for their life. You don't have to feel ashamed. There's nothing spiritual about letting parasitic people, demonic people remain in your life. There's nothing spiritually advanced about that. Nothing at all. Nothing. You don't have to do that. You don't have to spare someone else's feelings who has consistently shown you that they consistently disregard your feelings, your needs, your sacred space. And it doesn't have to rock you from center to do that. I'm not rocked from center at all. At all. And some might be like, oh my gosh, did she just embarrass someone? No, they embarrass themselves. They are aware, fully aware of how unwelcome they are here in my space. Let's not mince words. Let us not enable other people's toxicity and attempt to toxically inject into our lives some type of misery, some type of lack of claim over my own space. This is my space that I choose to share. And because it is my space, I get to choose who shares it with me. See, the difference between me and other people who, are attempting to develop a spiritual following is I'm not trying to develop a following. I'm existing authentically as a testament to the tenacity of soul and the strength of truth and the need for us to reclaim our truth, our soul, and our sacred space. You will never be welcome in my space, mister. Nor will your psychosis. And I don't give a damn if you really truly believe you're Jesus Christ and that I'm your twin flame Mary Magdalene, because you're still disgusting energy to me. Still not rock from center, though. Still not rock from center. It's okay for you to speak truth. It's okay for you to claim your space. It is okay. 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 All right? It is okay for me to have my opinions. And no, I am not being an ableist, meaning I am discriminating against people who have handicaps. Okay? I am calling something what I believe it to be, psychosis. At no point is no truth exaggerated here. When you tell me you are the soul of my youngest son and that you are my cat, that is psychosis. When you tell me you are Jesus Christ, that is psychosis. Okay? So no, there is no shaming being done. There is truth being spoken. And when it is the truth, it is the truth, and it should not be edited. Ever. Ever. Don't be afraid of speaking your truth in your life. No. No. Part of the reason, I believe, that I got to this situation to begin with is because I didn't speak the truth like, bro, you're being effing weird AF. I am not your BFF. Quit effing messaging me. I should have done that from the start. But see, I pranced around things as the empath and the Piscean that I am. I pranced around on my magical toes, tiptoeing around because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I gave myself excuses. They don't have any friends. I need to just let them express. No, I did not. And that is a beautiful thing that I learned from this. That is a beautiful gift from me and myself, that instead of cowering, I blossomed further. I blossomed further. I took that learning and I applied it. I applied it because why? Because I deserve to learn and grow, regardless of other people's intentions. I have the power to transmute your effect on my life. You can be as malicious as you intend to be. And I can be as powerfully centered in my truth and transmute that to whatever I want. It could be negative, it could be positive. I will always choose my benefit. I will always choose to see other people's maliciousness once they are removed, of course. I will always choose to see their malicious, malignant intention as an opportunity for me to become more empowered in my perception of me. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? And to still remain in my peace. Whew. I would say I have grown tremendously. I gotta toot toot. I gotta just toot my little horn real quick. A toot toot, toot toot, a toot toot. Yo, celebrate your life regardless of what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Just really allow yourself to exist in the manner with which you were designed to exist. I'm just saying, I'm just saying my morning is still damn good. My morning is damn good. This is a no makeup type of day. I'm simply wearing mascara. Okay. And that's it. Moisturizer and mascara. And that's it. I love it. I love it. And I feel like today, part of what was already beginning within me was this declaration of I'm not hiding behind any layer of anything. You are going to see me barefaced, naked in my truth. I will not mince words. I will not back down. I will not be forced into any type of malignant entanglements. I'm over here just moisturized. I'm saying it's a powerful feeling when you're moisturized. And I'm drinking my detox tea. I wanted to share this with you guys. This is a quote. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. By Vincent van Gogh. I love my natural state of being at this point. I'm really so deeply in the process of just falling in love with myself. Not in the aesthetic way, but I'm saying my aesthetic ain't that bad either. It says I love beaver. That's what it says. Eliza, this is a city. It's called Beaver. Beaver is a city. Okay? Beaver is a city. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, no, I'm really in the process, like deep, deep, deep in the process of falling in love with myself as a person that I am. Not falling in love with this potential me that one day will exist if I do enough. No, me as I am right now is enough. And as my purpose continues to elevate, I myself will also elevate. I will also expand. Okay. I will also become an even greater expression of myself and my truth. I love Beaver though. I do. I love my hoo ha. She's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Women should be allowed to love their hoo-ha. And, taking it a step further, we don't have to wait for someone to allow us. We can just love our hoo-ha all we want. Card number 16, what you want wants you. Have you thought about what you want? Because I'm pretty sure what you want is part of the guidance that you're being given. Have you ever stopped to consider what it is you fixate on? Not the people you fixate on, but the different types of things, situations, circumstance that you fixate on. Have you ever thought about that? Like, I know many of us have thought about someone like, oh my God, I just want him. I want him, but I want him. But Emmy, I want him. I'm being antagonistic. Okay, in all seriousness. Do you want him or do you want what he represents? Because it's this thing of like, are you in love with them or are you in love with being in love? Are you in love with the potentiality of what you could possibly potentially experience with a person you've selected to be the person to deliver that experience? Looking back at my young adulthood, I didn't have many boyfriends because I'm just like so super selective of people. And it's this thing of, from this vantage point that I'm at right now, with all of the things that I've experienced in life and the way it's cultivated my thoughts and my perceptions of myself, my journey, everything, everything. I don't think I've ever really been in love until I was with my husband. And even then, it took me quite a few years of being with him to really begin understanding like, oh, I think I really love this guy. I think I really love this guy. Like, I felt love, but I don't know that I actually fully understood love. Not for quite a few years of us being together. We've been together over 20 years. Because of my history, because of my childhood, I did not have a good grasp on what healthy love actually is. He's always been very loving to me, and I've received that and I've felt love, but I didn't understand the gravity of that type of intimate love for quite a few years. And so now that I've had that experience with my husband, and being in the space that we're in now, having been married for 20 years at this point, I can say I don't think I've ever been in love with someone until I fell in love with him. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was lying, when I had said to ex-boyfriends that I love them. But I mean, I don't know that it was the type of love that I thought I was feeling. See, we don't really have the knowledge until we experience life. We can have the terminology. We can have the terminology all we want, but until you experience it, either for yourself or witnessing someone else experiencing it, you don't really know what any of that means. You don't. You don't. It's crazy. Like, I understand that a lot of young people these days, the prepubescents, those who are in their early and mid adolescence, they're given all of these terms and these concepts, They're force fed all of these things, and it creates a lot of sense of pathology. And the moment you begin to identify as someone who exists within pathology, disease, okay, that's what pathology is: disease, brokenness. You begin to identify as such. You begin to identify as a broken person. Now, so many people who are in their adolescence, their young adulthood, are questioning their identity, their sexual orientation. That's the period of your life when you question that. That's literally the period of your life when you question that. That's when you experiment with your identity, and they've run programs that I'm not allowed to talk about. All right, let's get back on track. I'm sorry. Michael totally just curbed that conversation. He just, yeah, he pumped the brakes. We're now halted. Okay, card number 11, diving for light. Sometimes when you are surrounded by darkness, when you have been surrounded by a smoke screen society has created, certain key terms, Hegelian dialectic. Michael says, will you test this? Are you testing this? I'll stop. I'll stop. When you are surrounded by a smoke screen, the only feasible solution is not to rise up, but to go much deeper. Go deep, 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 diving into yourself and your truth. Okay? Card number 26, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is about allowing yourself to go through whatever experiences you need to go through to release the hold of that dark doubt. You have been doubting yourself unnecessarily for a very long time. Yes, Teresa, please speak on it. Please speak on it, baby boo. Baby boo. Add the last word, the D word. HD. I'm just saying. I love it. I love it. I love how knowledgeable you are. Card number 38, restore and replenish. Allow yourself to use up all of the stale gas. Don't mix that with your new fuel. Use up all the old, allow the natural ending to occur, and then allow yourself to be replenished, refilled. See what I'm saying? Receiving. I love this. So synchronistic. Card number 24, new birth, guarded vigilantly. When you've refueled yourself, when you have refueled yourself, then you'll know it's time to protect what you have done for you. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay to protect yourself. It is okay. It is necessary. Protect yourself. Defend yourself. Speak up for yourself. But know the difference between defending yourself and participating in people's intentional attempts to trigger you. You guys saw several minutes back in this video alone, my perpetual stalker entered the video and was attempting to disturb my peace. I'm going to speak on it just so you guys can learn for yourselves something that you need to learn. I don't know what that is. I'm going to let you witness that, and then I'm going to move forward. No, I'm not upset. No, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not going to hold it against myself that my energy is just some banging ass juju. I'm just saying. Hey, my energy is banging ass juju. Some people get addicted. That's not my, that's not my issue. That is not my issue. I have not done anything inappropriate. That is not my issue. I created very clear boundaries. That is not my issue. That's also not my drama. Carrying on. Just carrying on. My day goes forward. I'm not going to stay there in that place of toxicity with anyone. No, no. I refuse. I refuse. Ooh, light code injection, but it's in reverse. Y'all got to be careful. Y'all got to be careful because there are those who, how would I put this? Let me go ahead and clear my throat. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. There are things that I can't really talk about publicly. And I will just, I do work like code. I do energy work. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I have not done expedites in a while. Let that sink in. I haven't done expedites in a while. I haven't done public displays of energy work in quite some time. Not because I'm busy. I am busy, but it's not because of that. Be careful of who you allow access to your energy during this period. Once this melee of energy is done, I will do expedites again. I think it's starting to phase out, but it's always right before it phases out is when it ramps all the effing way up. Okay? So be very, very cognitive of who you are giving your energy and access to that energy to. Okay? Metamorphosis in reverse. So, light code injection and metamorphosis in reverse. This is a whole mother fluffing attempt to derail and degrade your code. Okay. I just have to kind of have this internal conversation with Michaela. Michaela, A. And then you got galactic assistance in reverse. Y'all. There is a malignancy that needs to be halted. Okay. Light code, metamorphosis, and galactic assistance, all in reverse. Okay. All in reverse. This is fallen Melchizedek coding. It's a lot of information. All right. I gotta just rock in my seat for a little bit. Okay, maybe if I side to side, that's front and back, that's not working either. I just carrying forward. Card number 28, Soul Journey. You will not miss your mark. Keep sailing forward. All right? Keep sailing forward. You are on this journey of rediscovery of self, rediscovery of soul. Keep moving forward. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Going. Just keep going. Just keep going. All right. Secondary message for this card. You're allowing a lot of people onto your boat, right? Which that's not a bad thing necessarily. But you have to make sure the people you allow onto your boat are not people who are drilling holes into the boat. Those type of people should not be allowed to have access to you and whatever it is you are trying to do. They shouldn't. Not everyone should have access to you. And it's not about you like excluding people. It's about you having standards. Seriously. There's so many things that are taught these days that manipulate us into this place of compliance with those who are the most like down to where YouTube will go ahead and restrict the reach of my video if I say the word, the AB word. Y'all know what I'm spelling. ABSE. Okay? I'm just saying. Card number 54, Endar in activation. I say we bring the dragons back and let them eat all the wicked people. I'm just saying. Bring the dragons back, let them eat all the wicked people, and then leave us in peace. I don't know if that's a feasible plan, but that's an option. That's definitely an option. Andaran fire. So this is Andaran activation, right? Andaran fire is definitely something that okay, let me roll this back just a little bit. People don't know what Andarans are. They're not written about. If you try and search it up online, you're not going to find anything except for me talking about Andarans. Just like you're not going to find anything online on 2M except for me talking about 2M. That's because I have access to information that's embedded in my personal Akashic records. I've been a part of these things during multiple lifetimes. That's why I know. All of these things have been kind of like, for one reason or another, withheld from the collective access to the collective Akashic, right? So Andarans are the lower reflection of the seraphim. They have that God fire. That's that God fire. And, their flame is extremely sacred. It has the ability to tear all of those bonds, the fission fusion of that distorted creation. Okay. Andaran fire is endo and exothermic. It causes an implosion and explosion of those covalent bonds. It has the ability to transmute all the way back to neutrality, back to the God seed particles, the part of K and part of Chi. And I think I just took it too far. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And I feel like we as a people need to kind of like bring this good stuff back. We need to allow ourselves to experience an existence that is more in alignment with the reality and the purpose. I'm sorry. I just saw a notification pop up on my screen. Card number 48, self-sabotage. We've been sabotaging ourselves. You know what I mean? We've been sabotaging ourselves by participating in all of these very distortive, disruptive programs. These things that we're taught we need to be, we have to be, or else we're bad people. No. My logic now is a full-grown woman in her prime, and I will remain in my prime for the rest of my fucking life. I don't give a shit what society says. I will never be over the hill, baby boo. I am the motherfucking hill. I'm just saying, okay, to all my elder ladies, you are never going to be past your prime. Once you enter into it, you remain in it. Fuck that shit. That bullshit logic of, oh, after a certain age, you're just like stale bread. No, no. The longer I age, the more powerful I become. Okay. 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 Just get that there real quick. All right. Fire cleanser in reverse. Shit. All right. I need a second, you guys. I need a second. I need to see the rest of the cards. All right. Let's move on. Let's pull a Kali card and then let's call it quits. Okay. Shit. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Card number 6. Trauma Nagmo. Okay. Trauma Nagmo. 6 is the number of receiving. So the potentiality of what's being received. I won't be sharing the communication that I'm receiving, but I will show you the last 4 cards of the deck that I just put away. So that fire cleanser in reverse, right? Card number 15, fire cleanser. Card number 18, galactic heritage. Card number 38, progression sigil. Card number 11, direction sigil. And that's followed with card number 6, trauma nagmo. She arises instinctively, responding to a severe threat to your well-being. Freedom and sacred fulfillment. Her fierce form causes the impure to tremble and the pure of heart to move close. She is ferocious in her wrath against injustice. Dispense with thoughts of vengeance. Pray for mercy for all beings, especially those trapped in patterns of consciousness harmful towards themselves and others. Open your heart to her heart and allow her to attend to all matters of karma while you remain true to your higher self. Kali is so responsive to those in need of her that she will manifest in unlimited forms to provide the necessary protections. Her fiercest forms manifest to support us in confronting powerful darkness within ourselves, others, and our world. In Tibetan Buddhism, a Dakini or sky dancer is a feminine spiritual being offering guidance and protection. The Dakini, known as Troma Nagmo and also as Krodakali, is a fiercely protective divine feminine being upon whom we can meditate. As we place our focus upon her, we enter into her being for sanctuary. Her appearance is meant to be repelling for a spiritual purpose, not to keep us away from her. So allow any fear or aversion that rises as you contemplate her to rise and then fall away. This is how contemplation upon this sacred being becomes an act of spiritual cleansing and psychological release. As the aversion dissipates, our sanctuary with her is activated from a pure, trusting heart, deflecting unwanted negative energies and psychic contaminants. Tromanagmo is our black, wrathful mother of tantric wisdom. As our mother, she's available to all hearts who seek her protection, teachings, and assistance. She is a fiercer form of the already fierce Vajrayogini, Vajrayogini from the Tibetan spiritual tradition. As such, she takes spiritual protection to the highest level. She is associated with the Tibetan practice of Chad, which facilitates complete fearlessness, rapid spiritual growth, and the severing of attachment. The word Chad translates to cutting through. We have to cut through. We have to cut through. There's something I do have to share. Yesterday, I shared that it's clear to me now the location that my physical sanctuary is to be established in the first one. I will be making an announcement soon. The types of qualifications I need from people who will be helping to establish this physical sanctuary. I know quite a few people are excited and want to be a part of this. I have to be very clear. For those who will be part of the establishment of this physical sanctuary, you will be as part of the requirement of your participation. You will be required to learn self-defense. I want to make that very clear first and foremost. We will be out somewhere where it will probably take law enforcement a very long time to get to us if we need help. You will need to know first aid, like certified in first aid. You will also need to learn, be trained, and I'm securing a trainer, tactical skills. And you will probably also be required by me to have an existing concealed carry permit. I will not be issuing that. I'm not licensed or anything like that to be issuing that. But you will need to be able to defend the sanctuary. That's what this message is telling me. That I have to make that very clear first and foremost. I'm not expecting anything negative. But if I'm going to be sharing of the establishment of something profound, I have to be very, very clear right from the start. The expectations. Yes. Colors Magica says all life skills. All life skills. I do not anticipate anything bad happening. You know why I don't anticipate anything bad happening? Because every single person who will be at this sanctuary will be able to ensure nothing bad happens, from first aid to concealed carry. From first aid to concealed carry. It's important for us to finally completely detach from our reliance on a system that does not effectively, efficiently protect and provide for us. Okay? So that's just something that has to be made clear. Sandy says, what if you can't get a sidearm? Okay, that's a concern. Because if legally you cannot obtain one, something has to have happened. And so that's something that we will have to most likely further discuss in depth during an interview process. And I'm not just accepting volunteers, okay? I am going through an application and interview process. It will be with an entire committee that I'm still in the process of forming. You will be facing a committee who will decide if you are a proper fit for the sanctuary. Okay? So, this is just something that is very important to share. I don't want people to become excited and then, they're like, well, why didn't you tell us that in the first place? So I'm telling you this in the first place. I am one of the most peaceful people you will ever come across in real life. Why am I peaceful? Because I choose to be. I choose peace, and I have the capacity to defend that peace. And that is that. That is that. We have to really allow this reading to marinate with the details of our life as we know it to be right now. Okay, so next part of the card in the book, it says, Trauma Nagmo's presence in a reading indicates that you will outgrow any issue. See what I'm saying? Even those so persistent as to last for a very long time, or that appear to be beyond your capacity to overcome. And another thing I want to share, this sanctuary, although I am establishing it, I will not live there. Okay? And this is to protect everyone that is there. I will not be living there. I will visit quite a bit. I will be actively part of regular video conferencing. But my physical presence there will be greatly minimized to ensure there is no disruption because of my presence there. So if you think you're going to, be there just so you can be physically with me all the time, I don't want you to be disappointed. Okay? I don't want you to be disappointed with that. So I want to make that very clear as well. So we're going to be outgrowing any issues, even those so persistent as to last for a very long time, or that appear to be beyond your capacity to overcome. This confronting, powerful obstacle may be an attachment, a stuck pattern, or unhealthy misuse of energy. It may be a set of circumstances you have created or that another has imposed upon you. It may relate to this or other lifetimes. Whatever the cause, her presence indicates it's time for it to end. So it's going to be ending, okay? As you move close to her presence in your heart, you'll be able to cut through the mental and emotional clinging to a particular outcome or interpretation. So the situation unravels rapidly, allowing for swift progress on your soul path. If you have felt as though the way forward in any matter of concern has been barred, her spiritual intervention to clear it is imminent. No obstacle can withstand her will. No suffering can continue in her presence. Her ways are exceptional and expedient, precise and effective. Liberation and enlightenment and liberation and enlightened empowerment are always the results of her activity. An expanded capacity to accomplish your sacred work is indicated, and it shall bring far-reaching benefits for all. Give up your notions of how things should be and seek sanctuary in the wild, wrathful wisdom unfolding. It may seem to be chaotic. It may seem to be a bumpy ride at times, but there is a loving intelligence guiding the process, and you are safe. You may not understand her wisdom and method, but you can trust in what is happening, especially the things breaking apart or arising anew. Any pain you may be experiencing now is so much less than what would have taken root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. When a boundary needs to be set, it is not a time to play nice, nor to pacify people or circumstances attempting to exploit your good nature. Let me read that again. When a boundary needs to be set, it is not a time to play nice, nor to pacify people or circumstances attempting to exploit your good nature. Tromonagmo shall not stand for such disrespect, and trying to keep the peace by cultivating behaviors that are not self-honoring will backfire. This is everything we were talking about earlier. When you attempt to disregard yourself and your needs in order to establish a faux external peace, you are doing nothing but initiating a very real internal war. Okay? Authenticity with compassionate detachment is the only way forward now. Trust in her more than you trust in your doubts or fears. She has the power to bring about what needs to occur. All right? These are things that need to occur. We have to allow what needs to happen. And what needs to happen is this releasing of your compliance with people's exploitation of your niceness. That has been my major issue for quite some time now. That has been the very thing that has empowered people outside of me to exploit specific things within me. I am done with that. No fucking way. I'm done with that. I'm just done with that. That's a statement. That's a declaration. That's a fucking edict from my soul. We done, boo. I'm done being nothing but nice to people who needed my savage wrath. And it's not about me taking pleasure in causing other people pain. It's about all of us recognizing people choose their own pain. They choose that. They are the one who has chosen the option that will lead them to your wrath. So give them what they've chosen, if you so choose. Has to be your choice. It cannot be this thing of you allowing people to trigger you to the degree that they are now puppeting you. You are their puppet. If I push this button, you will do this. If I push that button, you will do that. How about if I put up this finger and this finger, you know that you're fucked. I'm just saying, it's a bit crude. It's a bit crude. Yes, yes. But that's just the tip of the nipple of the iceberg of my wrath. The tip of the nipple. We're not even including areola. The tip of the nipple of my wrath. And it is okay for you to do what is necessary. Nipples are sacred. Nipples are sacred. You know what I'm saying? People want to stimulate your nipple. Woo! Oh, see this? Dark interference. I'm just saying. People need to know their place in your life, and they won't know this. They won't know this until you show them. They won't know this, okay? They won't. They won't. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. I don't know why that song popped in my head. Oh my gosh. Okay. Today is going to be an interesting day of energy. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of Skittles and M&Ms. Oh, that would suck. I don't think that would be a tasty combo. Mixing a bag of milk chocolate M&Ms with a bag of Skittles. Very similar shape. Eating them together. Someone try that and let me know how it works. I can't have either one. Try that and let me know if it's you know, yeah, I don't think that would be good. That ultra sweet with like the sweet chocolate. I don't think that would be good. I think that would be nasty. Damn. Damn. I don't know. Right. I don't know how to feel about that either. I feel like that would be so gross. Yeah. Carrying along. Let's move it right along. I must get going. I have a class to teach. I do want to share those who end up at this sanctuary. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what needs to be fulfilled. It's just very, very early stages of all of this. For those who will be at the sanctuary, another part of the requirement is you being taught and learning, being proficient with my energetic system. Okay. And no, that's not like, oh, well, you need to pay for the class. No. That's a requirement for you to know how to work energy with the same level of efficiency and potency that I do. Because this will be an important part of the food that we grow and the things we establish, the connections with the people and everything. Okay. So if you're down for first aid certification, concealed carry permit, Kokoro 33 certification, all of those things, tactical training, those are the requirements. Those are the basic requirements. You don't have to know anything about any of those things yet. Okay. We can definitely learn together. We can learn together. We can train together. We can grow together. This is going to be a very, very, very powerful experience. It really, really is. It's good to feel the next part, the next step of this journey actually being formed. All of you guys, whether you end up at the physical location or not, you are absolutely part of the founding of this. You are here at the ground level, and I've said that before. I said that a few months ago. We didn't know what it meant. My life moves quickly. It moves very, very quickly. I only began this process a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's even been a month. And look, we've already initiated the filing. They're working expeditiously on finishing up the filing. It's going to happen quickly. Okay? It's going to happen quickly. Whatever will be established, it will happen quickly because that's just how my life functions. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to be fully present through all of it. And I'm very, very, very excited to meet those who will be physically present as well. I don't know how many people we'll need. I have to very intensely think on that. I want to make sure we have all the different components that are necessary to basically run a ranch. That's basically what we're going to be doing, establishing a ranch. I want to bring people in who are very well versed in bushcrafting, learning all sorts of different skills that are necessary to be independent as individuals and independent as an entire tribe. Oh my God. Y'all know that I want to have herbalists and naturopaths working together, growing the herbs and applying the herbs in a medicinal way. I want to do the whole shebang. I want to bring us back to square one. Before the fall of Melchizedek. I want to bring us back there, that space of peace. Peace because of our power, not because we are weak, but because as individuals we are powerful, and together, powerful individuals coming together, we are unfucking stoppable. This is amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh my God. Ah. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Class is gonna start soon. I will see you guys again very, very soon. I will continue to give updates and kind of give you guys progress reports. And just also a major consideration that I am having to protect the privacy of those who are at the physical location. I am considering, because anyone that I work with, anyone who's done any type of work with me, not booking me, but working with me as a vendor, I do require a non disclosure agreement, a notarized non disclosure agreement. So that's something I'm considering. I haven't decided. I need to speak to my board, and, the members of the board will help me to kind of finalize, is this something that's necessary? Because I don't want the location disclosed. I just, for our safety, and to ensure unnecessary things are not given the opportunity to be allowed to happen. That's something I'm seriously considering. Okay. For those who do end up applying to be part of this established sanctuary, you will have all of the information you need as part of the application process before you're ever even interviewed by the board. And you'll be able to decide. Just because you apply does not mean you have to go if you learn about a detail that you don't want to participate in. You know what I mean? I definitely want to make that clear. Everything will pretty much be laid out in front of you as part of the application and interview process. And then you'll be able to decide, and then we move forward from there. And I'll also be having a whole bunch of publicly announced events and whatnot to help generate the funds, help bring in donations and funds that are necessary to do all of this work. And again, this is a federally recognized faith-based organization that I'm forming. This is not some hokey pokey thing. It's a real thing. It complies with internal revenue code that is existing. This is not some clubhouse. This is an actual federally recognized, constitutionally protected, and state sanctioned faith-based organization. This is the real deal, you guys. Okay. I just want to make sure that I do everything in accordance with how it should be done. I'll be in touch with a whole bunch of lawyers over the next couple weeks, couple months, to make sure everything is done to the T. I'm perfectionist in that way. So no wiggle room for any bullshit. I want to make sure I protect your interests as well as the organization. This has to be mutually beneficial. This has to protect all people involved. That's the only way I roll. That's the only way I roll. Oh, we're going to build a berm. Don't worry, baby boo. Oh, I thought you said range. Wait, did you write open outdoor range? I'm just saying. Is that what you wrote? we gonna build a berm. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I would have to see county ordinances, and again, speak to legal and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of me and a lot of you guys are putting into this, and I want to do it as proper and as thorough and efficiently as possible. So I'm going to make you guys proud. All right, guys, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'm live every day, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when we go to chat. If you're listening from the podcast app, please interact. I know I haven't uploaded much for podcasts lately. I will catch up with that. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.